All right, everybody, welcome back. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin. So, yesterday, right, we were looking at just this range high. I don't remember if on the video we did yesterday or after. I think it was after, actually. We got this little pop above the range high. And same thing, this is the 4-hour time frame right here. So, what we were looking for continuation to the upside is a super simple level, in my opinion, and it's just this range high. It needs to be broken and conclusively held above for at least 4 hours. To a daily candle, right, if possible. So far, we have not seen that. We've gotten wicks, right, going all the way back, even over here when we breached it the last time. You've only gotten wicks above this level on a 4-hour time frame, so you have not closed above. This is our little gateway to our next range above us, right? And that starts pretty much off at... That will begin at the range low, comes in right here at about 45,800. Okay, so to see this upside movement, you want to see this range high regained here. And then you got the range low right above here. You get acceptance into that range, and then we would be on to our natural born target of the point of control for that area. And that is about $49,000, right? At the top of this range comes in about 50,250. So these are the upside targets. Just bringing these up because this is, if for some reason I cancel out of this live stream today, we drop down to 42, or even from right here we turn around, you start clearing this range high, and you start thinking like, okay, what's next? This is what I'm looking for, at least, right? And it would be to get acceptance back into this range high. Note that into this range low above us. So currently, right, we've got our range that we're in. All right, if we're going to map this off, so to speak, this is our range that we're in, and this next level up here is the next range above us. And let me see if I can box this off here. All right, regardless, just for quick explanation here, but these are the targets that we've been talking about for the last several weeks as well. One major target comes in between this range low and this point of control up here, and that's our yearly key level. So that is about $47,700. So to the upside, these would be the next four major areas of interest, in my opinion. 45,800 is actually also where we rejected from over here. So coming into this level once again, probably get a little reaction off of this, and then getting accepted into that range, we'd be looking up. So easy 4 levels to watch for to the upside, right, in the short term. If we break this range high, and that's the key factor here, is that only really becomes relevant once we break the range high. Right now, we're actually breaking down. So you want to be looking down to these other levels below us and seeing how we react there. We go ahead and turn off these. December. All right. 69 viewers. Great number. If you guys can do me a favor and tap the screen, see if we can get a couple more people in here with us. Is this the possible full reversal? I don't know. If we break this range high, I do think that we're going to probably revisit the 50, 60K area. I guess it depends on what you mean as far as the full reversal. Like, is that meaning we're going to go straight, from there to 80, 90, $100,000 after the fact? It depends on what you mean there. But to me, really nothing concrete gets into the deal here until we get out of this current range. And realistically, that yearly key level is what we want to get above and hold above. Get above and hold above that yearly key level, 47,700. And then, we're probably going to be revisiting that 50, 60K area. So it's very possible. I find it, whatever. Once again, you just plan for it. So you can think about it. You can wrap the psychology around it. Right now I wouldn't see us going back down to here on a psychological level, just because of, the amount of people that, once again, talking on news, right? How much negative, the worst news possible literally came out right here and shook everybody up, right? Whether it shook you out or it shook you up. There were so many people. I have a really good buddy of mine that has been trying to get 2 Bitcoin, right? He's been wanting to buy 2 Bitcoin, just throw it in a Ledger wallet, whatever. And he drug his feet a couple times, which has actually been beneficial for him because it was around 50K, 45K, all this and all that. And twice now, in both these levels. We got down to $33,000 for half a day or even longer, however long that was, and we got down to $35,000. And I called him up. I texted him. I'm like, man, if you're not buying those 2 Bitcoin right here, what are you doing? And not that he was, fearful of it, but it's just in general how many people, were being like, I'll just wait for it to go a little lower. It's already down to 33. It'll go down. So not that it's only shaking people out of the market that are already in, but people that want to get into the market, they're so fearful at either fearful or just kind of complacent, almost being like, it's just going to keep going down, blah, 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 right? So we get these quick moves to the upside, which, you could almost argue that we got the same thing over here. So it's not like, okay, we got the same 40% uptrend over here and we didn't just keep going. But it's interesting on the psychological level when we come down to this one now, and the amount of fear that was just tripled, in my opinion. And so the amount of people that didn't buy because they were waiting, is probably just about as much as people that, sold out on the way down, things of that nature, what have you. So regardless, we take it level by level, and we just really been within this range the entire time. Ever since January 5th, we've been in the same range. The range low has changed a couple times, right? Like I said, this is an adaptive. This evolves over time because this is in a time frame that I pulled that isn't finished yet. So think of it like a candle body. If you're looking at a monthly candle open or a weekly candle open and close, if you're still in that time frame, it's going to change. The range high has remained the same the entire time. Range low was down here at 36.4 and has scooted up a little bit. So regardless, this is held really well throughout. And on Monday, all we did, literally, we bounced it off this previous range down here, re-entered, held the range low, and literally cycled the entire range in one day. And now it's just a battle of the wits up here, right? So you see these moves here. We ran it all the way to the range high. Anybody that was trying to short, right? Even if you don't catch this exact move or the exact high right here at the time, let's take a look at this, right? Let's back it up. Pretend we're living this day out. And what happens is, now we got the range, the previous high. So even if you're not looking at a range high, like a lot of people aren't looking at it like this. But regardless, you're thinking we're going to go back down 42, 44, 40, whatever it is, right? Whatever your thesis is and how you're going to run a trade. During this look right here, you've got a high, you've got a lower high, so you're going to anticipate we're going to run it lower. Well, if you're going to enter a short trade, where are you going to put your stop loss? You're going to put it right above the previous high, right? So make sure that if we start going up this way, you have a high probability that we continue. Well, anybody that did that, right, just got stopped out of their trade, and then we turned around so far, right? So, and the same thing kind of applies, I guess, in this aspect for anybody that was going long in this area, which is a shorter area here to kind of risk. If you were entering, obviously you don't want to enter longs here at major resistance, but many do. But the same thing, right? If you're in this time frame here, even if you're coming all the way down to this level, you probably enter a long position here, wherever. Maybe even entered it here at 45K. You're probably going to put your stop loss down here below this previous low. Well, that just took out everybody in that regard as well. So anybody that's longing late just got took out with a stop loss at least. We dropped down a little bit further from here. Where's my point of control? There we go. So that's just on an idea front of just traders, right, in general. So now we kind of just look at the levels below us, though, as we've been the last few weeks. And we just lost our monthly open for March, which is where we want to be living above, right, which is essentially 43,180. We've got a quarterly key level up here as well. It's going to act as a little resistance now between the two of them. But coming back, reclaiming these two, really the monthly open is what you want to see. Right below us, we have a major volume target, right? Our point of control right below us here, about $42,000. And then if you lose that, you got our monthly key level down here at about 41. Technically, this is the 618 golden pocket. This is the 0.5 of the entire move from 35 all the way up. So there's a lot of things stacked as far as confluence right here at the 2-year key level as well. So I mean, in a perfect world, this would be actually where we would come down to after a move like this. This is also right at 40K, right? Big round number for everybody. To me, I just don't anticipate coming here. And in the sense of if we're going to get a pullback and continue higher from here, I think that around this general region is a little bit more likely. And whether or not we do come down to this level, right, definitely possible. And like I said, it lines up better in the sense of fib pulls and everything like that. If you're looking at the 0.5, 0.618, and then just in general with the support level coming in at the 2-year high time frame average of price right here. This is a really big level, and you can even see it just across the board here, right, as we've kind of come in and out of it over the last few weeks as well. But yeah, I wouldn't get greedy waiting for that, depending on your strategy, of course. But we'll see how things react as we come down to them. Could definitely turn around right here. At the moment, that validation would be you want to see this monthly open regained, which is, like I said, 43, 180. Right, so even if we get a little move from here, the next thing you're really looking for is short term. We just had this 4-hour candle close, so now we got like another 3.5 hours in front of us. So even if you get another little run up back here to 43, even if you get a pop above that, you're going to want to see some 4-hour candles closing back above this monthly open, about 43,180. Otherwise, you can definitely end up with this, right, where we just kind of come back in, we wick above. Everybody's thinking we're going to head back up from here when realistically we really haven't come down to anything, and then we just continue lower, right? So you come down to that point of control, maybe come down to this monthly key level, whatever it ends up being there. So pretty much, I mean, aside from we actually getting some action here, almost the same as what we were looking for yesterday. So we were looking for this level to come in as support, right? We lost that, so we're looking for this point of control next, about 42K, and the validation to start looking back higher again would be you want to start seeing 4 hours closing back above this monthly open, so 43,180. To start moving on to our higher targets here, we want to see this range high taken out, 44,900, right? 4-hour candle close, daily candle close, something of that nature, right? Closing above here is what we want to look for. Because otherwise, all we get, gotten is a couple wicks. I would imagine that the next take at this, might be the one that goes through. Reason I say that is because we've already taken a stab at this several times here over the last few weeks. And if we do come from an angle of this degree, right, like you're talking where, once again, I think this is one of those times where a lot of people are going to get left waiting, which is unfortunate. And if you're waiting on that 40K level specifically, and things of that nature, right, it's a tough time because even right now, everybody's probably getting, if you're waiting for that pullback or this pullback, you're getting a little excited, thinking that, all right, we're dropping down, it's definitely going to come back down, maybe 40, 42. Even 42 is kind of a big rounded number. Just so happens to be our point of control as well. But just don't be surprised if we do turn around a little bit. But that's just pure, hopium speculation at the moment in that sense. But what you really want to look for is just two levels right here, right? Monthly open, 43,180. Reclaim that. We're probably going to range it out in here for a little bit longer. Range high comes in 44,900. You want to see that 4-hour candle close at least, and then you're looking for a daily to start that daily uptrend, basically. From there, yeah, we still got these same levels we're watching to the downside, and I'm not saying it can't get here. Like I said, this is actually stacked up with more confluence than anything, because this is the 0.5. This is the 0.5 from the total bottom to the high. This is the 0.618 from this level here to the high. So that's 2 levels right there. After a 30% rally, it's not uncommon to pull back to the 0.5 level, of course, at least. And then the 0.618 is, of course, golden pocket. And then you have this 2-year key level here. So there's a lot of reason right here that would say this we would come here. But to me, I think it's too. Everybody's going to be stacking right here, in my opinion, right? So and that's pretty much just all that is worth there. So take that for what it's worth. Same rejection 2 weeks ago. You personally think we're going to 32 or 34? Good. We it could absolutely do that. All we've done is come in and put in a lower high. So really, and once again, literally just getting rejected at the range high, which we did do over here as well. So I think you'll have, we'll have some time and some, things that will come up along the way that'll help you identify that. And realistically, you start closing below this 2-year key level again, then yeah, it's pretty much on the table again to be coming back down to these lower areas here. But for now, I mean, realistically, there's no reason to assume you wouldn't actually continue higher from here. But that, this changes along the way here. So at the moment, we had these doomsday levels that we've been pulled up, right? For a couple of reasons, and you live below them. Obviously, you look to our lower targets, you live above it, then we're looking up, right? There's these levels to regain, and we threw these up here from when we actually came down here the first time. From $52,000, we were targeting these two NPOCs here that were left over from last year. We came down and tagged one of them, and we left one by like literally $1,000. So it's very odd, and there's probably a high chance we're going to come back and fill this at some point. Will that be after we go back to 60K one more time is the question, right? So there's that, right? So and then we took it over here, and there's a reason around these two levels right here. It's your 2-year key level of price, as well as your previous yearly range low. So as you get above this price action right here, you're entering into last year's overall range, which ranges essentially basically from 41,000, depending on how you're pulling it, all the way up to 64K. So obviously we fell back below it again. We just barely missed our target here by $2,000. Once again, something that you want to kind of consider, right? You don't want to get greedy. You want to stack your buys or stack your ideas towards these lower areas. You don't want to wait for the exact level, because anybody waiting for this 32 specifically, 6%, and it ran away from us, right? So definitely not the area you want to be selling at. Things of that nature, and consider your options when you get to these lows anytime, because if you're looking for another 6%, and that's just your die-hard area, you're gonna not do anything until it gets to there. It's a double-edged sword at times, because you could totally win that and then say, all right, you know what, I sold out. I mean, selling out here would not be the play anyways, but if you were already sold out from higher, or just prepared to you're trying to get in at these levels, if you don't get this level, right, how quickly did we move back up 10%, right? So you're either going to risk, you're going to risk holding all the way down if you buy into these levels. You're going to risk holding another 6% to the downside, or you risk missing 10, 20, whatever the case may be, to the upside. So the DCA strategy definitely would come into play at these positions here. One thing to really get above though is the news at the time. The news is always so rough around there, which makes everybody just drag their feet. Right, and this is the number one. I can't get over how great of an example I guess this is, right, on news, because we had two pullbacks back to back from the exact same level, right? We started here at 46K, we started here at 46K. This dump, if you're going to go off of news, Fed meeting, right? A Fed meeting scared everybody out, or you can look at the energy situation over in Kazakhstan, whatever you want to look at it as. To me, neither one of those are WW3 competitors as far as what you would imagine reaction and emotion would go off of. And then this dump here was literally WW3. So just there's always going to be news, is what I'm going to say, right? So you really have to kind of figure out how you want to filter that and put it towards your strategy, I suppose. And then I guess that this run up here was due to news too, right? Like that's another perfect example that there's always going to be news. Even if if the price dumps, there's going to be, you could use the same article for both runs, right? One of the other countries is not going to use crypto. I don't know, whatever it may be. You could literally use the same article and they'll spin it both ways. Regardless, we'll move on from that. But yeah, so just looking at these levels here. All right, regardless of the news, however you want to take that, you can kind of pin everything together, wrap it all together for yourself, and decide what you want to do. But yeah, basically right now we're holding below some resistance, right? Not totally uncommon to drop it down to this point of control at this point. That's our next major support below us. And then to see upside, you really want to see this monthly open regained, 43,180. Otherwise, we're looking down to this point of control and this monthly key level for now. and everybody will be, talking about good old Bart Simpson, I'm sure. Our buddy. Got his like little face, you know what I mean? All right, take a look at ETH, see what ETH is doing. For anybody that's in the trading group too, last night we did a really great exclusive members only market update. We've got Max in there doing order flow and open interest now too. So you had me doing altcoins, you have Magic doing Bitcoin update, and then you had Max doing order flow and open interest. For anybody that's in the group, it's right here under the live recordings. If you missed it last night, it's about an hour long, 20-minute segments. It's really, really clear, quick, and I think it's a pretty crisp, idea of what to anticipate over the next few weeks here for Bitcoin. Pretty much everything's laid out. The last couple of videos, we pretty much have laid out the move from 52K down to 30. 33, I guess. The run up to 45, the run back down to the range low, and now there's a new situation in play. So give that a check if anybody hasn't seen that already. For anybody that wants to join the Leading Crypto Discord, the link is in my bio. Here you're going to get altcoin updates from me pretty exclusively. You're going to have Bitcoin updates from Magic, Internet Money, another analyst I partnered up with. If you guys aren't following him here on TikTok as well, do yourself a favor and do so. Amazing analyst, amazing trader. I've got an academy here that teaches you pretty much step-by-step everything you'll need to know about this market. If you're looking to, understand how we identify these ranges, points of control, key levels, anything like that, we walk through all the tools and resources that we use here every day. And then we just added in order flow and open interest. So we've got an order flow and open interest specialist, lives over in Dubai. So he kind of is active all throughout the night, 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. and even more so. And then he joins us on the market updates too to kind of walk everybody through that. And we just added some training videos on how to kind of understand and use this tool as well. So this is a big one. This is a game changer. This is actual order flow and open interest is one of the hottest things you could be, not hottest, but this is one of the most useful tools and resources you could use. This is actual buys coming into the market, buys and sells right then and there. This is not a lagging indicator. This is actual orders coming in live time. It's pretty interesting. Anyways, if anybody's interested in joining, go ahead and give a check to the link in my bio. And like I said, anybody in the group that hasn't watched last night's live market update, go ahead and do so. I'm going to take a look at ETH here in a second. How's everybody doing, by the way? Let's see. Where are you thinking Bitcoin going? Well, I'm assuming that we're probably going to get a nice reaction out of one of these levels below us here. But I mean, I'm looking up honestly at the moment until we come back down and we break through this. If you break through this level, then for now, I mean, I still think we're going to be heading up. We've got a series so far, right? You got your low, a high, higher low. So far, a higher high. In this smaller uptrend here, obviously we would like to see this area get taken out as a higher high. This previous high right here, about 40, let's call it 46K. But in regards to our previous swing high, right here, if you're going to be considering that, then we've taken that out, so to speak. And then if you're just looking at this, price action alone right here, we came around. We've obviously made our higher high from here. You got your higher low, or just low in general. You got your higher high so far, and we can come all the way back down and actually bounce off this 2-year key level and still put in a higher low, right? Bam, 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 and take it away from here. So we just kind of see how things play out. But I imagine we probably have some upside coming our way. I think that too, and once again, almost just with the news wrapped around what's going on right now, I think everybody really does anticipate, and I don't know, maybe it doesn't even matter what everybody anticipates, right? Because even when we were dropping the other month, everybody was, looking for 39K and whatever, and, they got it. So regardless, yeah, I'm looking up for now. I think that, we'll probably find some support between this 42K and this monthly key level. Just really begin paying attention, right? Let's get this range high break. We got our targets to the upside we've already talked about, right? We got our next range low about 46K. You got the yearly key level 47,700. And if we take over that 47,700, then we're definitely looking up for a bit. But if we do come back down, we take out this level right here, then yeah, we're probably in for another couple weeks of bad time, at least. Got a trading addiction. We'll get you worked out, man. Is it worth? That's an interesting question. Fantastic update. The order flow is really cool. Yeah, the order flow and open interest is mind blowing. Um, it really takes. I mean, it's it's just another added thing that it takes a little bit of the guesswork out of it. It gives you an edge, really. At the end of the day, that's all it does. It's not gospel by any means either, but compared to looking at something like an RSI or something that's completely lagging and just looking for some bullish divergence here or there that can last weeks or months at a time, even this morning, actually, while this candle was going on right here, we were actually discussing this in the group, right? Talking about how the open interest and the order flow was indicating that we were going to see more downside, right? You had net shorts coming in right here. You had open interest going up, which insinuated that we were going to continue down for a bit, right? So, and then that's not necessarily not the situation right now. So the downward momentum is still at play for a moment until we see that change. So, and then even just as far as market structure and levels to watch here, simple, right? Looking for this market monthly open right here. And like I said, I go over the levels to watch to the upside, because if this live stream cuts off right after this, right, and we just get this random pump, and you want to have an idea of what to look for, that would be it. And number one thing is paying attention for some candle closes, because this is a perfect example. How many people got super excited right here probably yesterday, right? We went from up to almost 46,000, and it was actually not too long lived. This was probably like 45 minutes, an hour at most, that we were above this range high, above 45K, and we pulled it back. So you're a far better vet than a trader. Hey man, well, you've probably been being a vet, going through school, and you got experience for probably 10, 20 years or whatever it may be. I mean, trading's the same way, unfortunately, right? Like, you can read a book, you can take, all the trainings, but you still got to go through it for a bit to actually get down the muscle memory, even, like, let's just call it, right? The emotions, all the things in play, you still kind of have to go through it for a bit. Somebody like T-Bone, right? Like T-Bone's in the group, and he just put up his first trade like 2-3 weeks ago, and the guy's just been an animal. No pun intended. And he's taking. We all take losses. It's not like you just only win, of course, but it's just how you manage that risk. Like, right, like Magic Internet Money. I know he took a trade here yesterday at the range high. Once again, it's just you take your trades accordingly to areas of support, resistance, whatever the case may be. And if you're shorting at the high here, you don't have to wait it out all the way to the low. Like, realistically, this could turn around right now and take out anybody that's shorted this. But realistically, we came into a major area right here. This would have been a great target. All right, you come into this, that's a nice 4% move, right? If you got a sizable account for one, just on spot, that's a nice trade. And if you're on any kind of leverage, then that's a really great trade. And then now you wait, right? So if you closed out there, or you have targets, to the downside in general, you got target take profit 1, take profit 2, let's call it take profit 3. If it turns around, stops you out at some point, you've already got your profits in play. So that depends on how you want to do it. And then on the other aspect, right, you don't have to be actively trading either. Like, this is just, you could be following the market. You could be looking for best entries to get in. Obviously we monitor a lot of Bitcoin to dictate how we can anticipate the altcoins to react. And the altcoins, you don't even have to trade on leverage, man. Like, they got such a wide range that they go through. a lot of times you'll get 30-40% moves just on a spot day, and that's normal, right? Luna, perfect example, 100% a few days, waves, and not even just the two of them. I mean, the majority of altcoins ran 30, 40, 50% under the radar that nobody even really pays attention to because that's just so boring, I guess. All right, so ETH here. Range high coming in at about 3,100. We've got our yearly key level above here as well. We did just lose our 2-year key level for ETH at the moment, so not great, and our monthly open. So we're below a lot of support right here. Only thing as far as the market structure would go is that you do have a series of higher highs, higher lows still intact. You could almost kind of map this off and look at this as a descending channel, or however you want to play this. Which does tend to break to the upside. You'd have to pay attention for it. But we do have a monthly level right below us as well. So it just really kind of depends on Bitcoin at this time. But as far as levels to watch for ETH, yeah, you do have a monthly level coming in about $100 below us right now, and we look for this 2-year key level to be regained, as well as this monthly open to continue the upside. Great thing about ETH is that after we clear this area right here, it's pretty clear skies between there and about 4K. You got the yearly open going to come in maybe as a little resistance along the way. We've got the golden pocket from the entire move down from December. And then you've got a volume target up here left from December as well. So all that kind of wrapped around $4,000, that big psychological number everybody loves. But the key to unlocking that move would be to clear this range high, and let's just call it $3,200 to feel safe about it, I guess. But yeah, for now, ETH's still in an uptrend here, smaller one at this, but hasn't necessarily came over and taken out these previous highs. That's the only issue. But on a smaller scale, right, we're taking the stairs. Kind of keep up with that. Do lose this monthly level, and then we're probably heading back down to the point of control, right? It's where we actually supported off of in the group, put up this support box around the point of control, the weekly pivot. It's actually the golden pocket as well. So this was a really key area to pay attention for if we did get that pullback, which we did. Then we, so far have surfaced off that. So, two things you want to look for ETH is taking back 28.69, 29.25, and then we look up. Someone was asking about Link. I haven't looked at Link in a couple days. All right, good old Linky. So Link, pretty much based off the yearly S1 key level here, when Bitcoin fell down to that 35K level. Since then, re-entered to the range, right? So kind of similar situation here. You get acceptance back in these ranges, and you anticipate cycling through to that range high again over time, of course, and you kind of have to keep up and monitor it along the way. But the range low came in right here. We got our point of control. This is pretty much triple stacked with resistance, right? Which is pretty much why we see a little tough time getting through it. On top of that, Bitcoin's pulling back at the same exact point. But we got a monthly open, our key level, our monthly key level, and the point of control all stacked up right here in this 30-cent window. So it's going to be a little tough one to get above. But if we do get above this, right, you clear this level, start holding above, you can put a stop loss below if you wanted to. Anybody's looking for a short-term trade, regardless. Actually, kind of picking up anything below here might be a decent idea, especially if we pull back to the range low, about 1360. But in any form here, if you come through here, we hold this monthly open, this key level here, kind of similar to Ethereum, is that we got some pretty clear skies between here and about $19. This is the yearly open up here. You got another monthly key level there, and then we've just got some small balls in the middle. Our range high comes in about $25, and then actually above that is our yearly key level. So I think when Link gets a good move on here, it could be a very nice move to the upside over some time here. I mean, that's about 100% move, so don't expect that overnight. But these are some nice just midterm, next couple months, kind of pay attention for. just a couple simple levels, right? So once again, just you don't have to be short-term trading these things. These are levels that you could pay attention to and anticipate over the next couple weeks or months. And they all kind of unlock when you're holding this monthly open, especially if you get a launch from here, you make another higher high. This would be an uptrend continuation here, and then we'd be looking for that yearly open to come in, and then you'd be basically targeting that yearly open. You got your range high about 25, and then 28 for the yearly key level, and from there you'd reevaluate, right? Why is quant pumping? Why is quant pumping? I could tell you without even telling you. No, I was kidding. Last night we were looking at a bullish pennant that probably just broke out. And let's see, we were looking for 124 to get reclaimed. So if that's the case, then that's a good sign. Excuse me. Let's see. Why is quant pumping? Oh, yep, that's money. All right, boom. That's set up from last night, right? Bullish pennant, looking for a break. That monthly key level, this was the one we wanted to get above. I haven't even paid attention to this, but look at how perfect. 4-hour candle, wicked above, closed below, closed below, and then just blew through it. Obviously, we're still in this 4-hour candle, but this monthly key level right here, this 124, is kind of like your gateway to just how we were talking about the other ones, right? You really want to see this close above here. Right now we're stuck between this daily level and this monthly key level for quant. Could see a pullback around this area here, and really you'd want to see this monthly level kind of held as support right there. Where's my little quant badge so anybody doesn't have to ask me what we're looking at. But yeah, we actually went over this in I can't remember if I actually covered this in the live stream last night or not, but we posted this yesterday. We were talking about this exact move here. So, and then this is it. This 124. This has been the level to get above. It was the level to get above over here, right? Couldn't hold it, lost it, came back down. Can't really get too excited at this exact moment because this is still a 4-hour candle that is not closed above. We haven't closed above there yet, right? You can see how much resistance was here. This was 12 hours straight with a lot of buying and selling going on right there. But yeah, that 124 gets reclaimed, and we're essentially looking up, right? You got 148 coming in. That's your range high. You got your yearly open on deck at 178. And then you got ultimately this 210 up here at your yearly key level. So yeah, that was a nice move there. Nice 12% move. I'm sure there's some news somewhere that came out at the same time, as always. But yeah, that's what I'd be looking for out of quant. If you guys want access to all these altcoin setups, by the way, all these, I put in the CVO updates here in the leading crypto Discord. A link is in my bio. I put up about 15 charts yesterday. I got a couple new updates coming today as well. You got Magic Internet Money, another analyst and trader here on TikTok. He puts up an amazing Bitcoin analysis and updates here. We host 2 members-only market exclusive updates Wednesdays and Sundays. They're recorded. They're here for anybody to go back and view. Interactive. You can ask questions here and there. It's actually myself, Magic Internet Money. We have an order flow and open interest specialist that joins us as well, covering that as well there now. And we have an academy that teaches you pretty much anything and everything you need to know about trading or reading charts, identifying ranges, point of controls, key levels, anything you need to know. Even if you just want to understand it, right? You got harmonics in there, pretty much all the good stuff. And then we've got a really nice book collection too. This is something actually a lot of people enjoy, is that you can come in here and any member, downloadable content, right? You get all these books, Fibonacci, you got harmonic trading, you got open interest. I mean, this is just a really good resource here to help understand some of these tools and resources that we use every day. And then you can always ask questions as well. For anybody that's interested, like I said, link is in my bio here. And if you do join, please look at last night's live stream video, because it was a banger, to say the least. All right. Chick. Let's take a look at GALA, yeah. And we'll spin it back to Bitcoin and see what Biddy's up to. It's always interesting, if Bitcoin's still, well, I can see the price, I guess, 42,400. So yeah, Bitcoin's not doing amazing at the moment, and you got things like Quant just blowing. What were we looking at? GALA. Okay. Good old GALA. Yeah, so I mean, we got our pretty much based off our range low back here, and I'm assuming this is January 22. So that was the Bitcoin, the bigger pullback out of Bitcoin. Obviously, we came back down on monthly open. This is February's monthly open, so I didn't put the new one on there quite yet. It had this golden pocket right here that we were looking for. It's acting as some pretty, and it's a pretty big golden pocket. So this was actually the golden pocket here. So this was actually just an area to get through in general. So you got this golden pocket here that we've actually popped through, holding that support. You can already kind of tell we've got maybe a little falling wedge forming here as well. Right, so these do tend to break to the upside as far as patterns go, right? 68% of the time. You got a little uptrend coming in here as well. You got higher highs and higher lows being printed. But realistically, you want to hold this golden pocket as support, get that lift right here, come up above this monthly key level, and then we're pretty much looking up towards, I'm assuming this is the range high right here. Yeah, 33 cents would probably be that next major target after this monthly key level. 27 cents is reclaimed. And that would be a pretty nice little move from where we're at now, right? And this is the thing, you don't even need leverage in these altcoins, like 30%. That's great to be, risking, especially on a spot where you don't have to risk actually losing all your money, depending on how you're doing it, of course. But yeah, GALA's probably getting that move up too. And once again, this is all dependent on Bitcoin's price action at the moment as well. We can very well just drop out of this, revisit that monthly open area one more time, get the point of control down here as well. So that's, we start inching closer to that, then this is probably an area you want to be paying attention to, about that 18 cents. But for now, yeah, I'd be looking up here. Really, really, really good sign if you clear this monthly key level, close, 4-hour candle, daily candle, 27 cents. From there, we're looking up to about 33. Now that would be the range high, so this would be coming in as some major resistance short term. Clearing that, and then we're looking up to these two dailies, then you got your yearly key level coming in here as well. God, that's such a rip. But yeah, monthly key level, probably that next target ahead of us. Let's take a look at back to Bitcoin real quick. What time is it here? It's 12, so. All right. For the member that's asked about Rune, I'm going to build that chart right after here for you, and I'll post it in the group. So I do remember you asking for that yesterday. So I'll put that together right after this for you, buddy. Sorry about the wait there. Yeah, so still just kind of holding out this level here, right? What did we get down to? 42.3. Still looking really to reclaim this level here. You got your point of controls next. I mean, that's just a simple, simplest thing to kind of anticipate here. Do we hit it? Not necessarily guaranteed by any means, but these would be the next two major areas I'd be paying attention for. Do realize that if we come down to these two, everyone's going to be waiting on 40. just an idea there, right? So don't get greedy on the way down. If you do have some dry powder on the side and you've been waiting to catch some of these deals, this is a time to DCA in, whatever that means for you in your strategy, right? Because at the end of the day, yeah, we can also still just completely just range back down to the cycle to the range low, break that and go low, all the things, right? So at the moment, that doesn't look as probable. Things can change, obviously, when we come down to certain areas, but for now, yeah, in my opinion, I think we're looking up for a bit. And once again, new information comes in and that can change. But at the moment, support here at the point of control would be major, right? We got this monthly key level, and even if we do come down to this level right here, ultimately we'd be putting in a higher low, boom, boom, boom. And then we'd be looking to come up and take out this higher high. Now we've got the high right at this range once again. So the next swing up here, we really need to take out this high. If that does occur, then yeah, we're looking up, right? We got our targets to the upside once again. Talking the next range here comes in at, you got the, whoops, what is that? Got that range low right here, 45,800. Also is pretty much where we tapped out over here earlier in the month, or last month, I guess. From there, right, re-enter that range, boom, we're looking up towards our point of control, about 49K. Then you get the range high at 50,250, right? Nice big rounded number. It's interesting to note how these ranges are kind of stacked on rounded numbers, right? 45K, 50K. That's just kind of how it plays out, I suppose. Our number one area to be interested is that yearly key level, though, right? So, and that is 47,700. Why am I struggling to find this? Right there. So that would be the next major to the upside there. None of those get activated till this range high is taken out. And for now, we are still trending a little bit lower. So that's pretty much the update there, right? So like I said, I got a couple more updates I'm going to throw in the group right after this. I'll do that rune chart for the person that asked, just because it's been kind of a topic anyway. So thanks everybody for coming out. I was hoping to see maybe some more big candles, either green or red, coming in on the live stream, because those are always fun to do live. For anybody that's interested, like I said, Magic Internet Money, myself, we run the leading crypto Discord. All my altcoin setups are in here as well. Magic actually has a ton of really great altcoin setups as well, but he definitely specializes in Bitcoin compared to me. His analysis on Bitcoin is superb, to say the least. We got all our live recordings from our members only market updates. We do those twice a week. We just did one last night. If you joined today, be sure to give that a check. It's about an hour long. I go over altcoins. Magic goes over Bitcoin. We actually have an order flow and open interest specialist that covers that as well for about 20 minutes. The Academy. I mean, this Discord is just jam-packed. If you got any questions, let me know. Link is in the bio if you're interested in joining. Otherwise, I will see you all back here again tomorrow, possibly tonight if we get anything crazy that happens throughout the day. So thank you all for coming out. Hope you have a great day. Until next time, everybody, cheers.